Greetings and salutations. Welcome to my continuation of the playthrough of Assassin's Creed. The original start of it all. Still getting used to this whole streaming thing. Getting a little bit more comfortable with wearing a headset and whatnot. So hopefully I'm getting a little bit better. I did realize after watching a little bit of the previous video that at times I do tend to soften my voice, only because I've always been told that I have a loud voice, so I didn't want to come over too loud or anything. And I didn't know how good this microphone on this headset that I purchased is. But there we go. Okay. So, here we are. And I think we're just going to head over to Jerusalem and start that first mission in Jerusalem. Because there's the final viewpoint. Is this the way I need to go? Boy, I tell you, I'm so used to modern AC games, because you know it has changed over the years as far as the minor control stuff, such as zooming in on a map and whatnot. There have been slight changes since the beginning. Hold on a second, I don't. Alright, what are we at here? Okay. I had a notification on my Alright, apparently I can't monitor that, and that I don't know how to do that yet. You know, I'm pretty much an analog guy for the most part, living in a digital world, as the saying goes. So I'm trying to get more digital savvy, I guess. So at the moment I'm just kind of bringing up the Twitch site here real quick, just so I can make sure that everything is going good and I'm able to monitor it. There we go. Okay. Not that anybody's currently listening right now, but you know, I did figure out how to put this on YouTube, and so yeah, I'm going to add these videos to YouTube. So if you're viewing it on YouTube, I would appreciate a like, a share, a subscribe, and any helpful comments are always appreciated. Harmful comments, well, you know, that's just, I'm sorry you feel that way. And look at this. Hello, Mr. Templar. If you watched any of my previous, which I think I've only got one video that actually worked. I can't find the first two times I've played through, where I started the game and went to Damascus. Those are lost. And I'm not going back and playing them, because I've already done it. And I hate to repeat myself. But as you will find, I do repeat myself at times on certain things. And here we go. You know, that never gets old to me. I love that that quick cinematic, I guess you could call it. That's something that you know, I enjoyed with the Ezios. And I think they really perfected that with the Ezio stuff.
What is that man doing?
To where it didn't take too much from the game. And I think those little things right there, for me, is part of what made this game so interesting when it first came out. If you want to know what I'm doing, I'm looking for my King Richard flags. I try to remember where they are. There we go, we're at 76. Remembering where they are from years ago when I last played this. And I think I covered this on the first video. But I have not played this game since, I believe, AC Rogue came out. I used to have a nice little tradition that leading up to a new release of an Assassin's Creed game, I would go back and start playing through on all the prior games in order of release, not timeline, because that would just be too doggone confusing. Maybe not. I guess there is a time. You can find timelines anywhere, I think, on things, but with the ever-evolving story and characters that they are using in the series. And I just see another friend of ours right there just waiting to get assassinated. And you always double check before you go after one of these Templars if you're doing the run and gun assassination technique, that your hidden blade is selected. There's been times in this that I have forgot to select the hidden blade and I just went up and nailed him with my sword, and that creates a pain in the butt fight at times, especially when you're first starting out and you're not familiar, or you have to relearn the fighting techniques. Not that there is much of a fighting technique in this game. It gets, we've with the Ezio saga, that is where, everything really picks up and gets underway. And that's why Ezio is probably my favorite of the assassin characters. Because those games with Ezio, I think, were so well done. From a gameplay aspect, from a storyline aspect, and then when Brotherhood came out, which was the second game of the Ezio saga, and it added that multiplayer. That's back when I still played online. The multiplayer, wow, that was just fun. When I say I used to play online, I don't play online anymore. Simply just because it's just a ball of crap. There's just I hadn't found any well, I don't want to say nice gaming times or gaming sessions. Just the games I was playing at that time, whether it was Madden or any of the Need for Speeds or racing games or anything like that. You always run into those who want to just do their own thing. And of course, it was the early days of X Live, and it's probably changed since then. I don't know. The only time I would ever do X Live is if I get something new and it comes with the free month of gold. And that's, you know, I'll use a free month of gold if I get it. But I'm not going to sit there and subscribe to anything that's just going to frustrate me and lessen my gaming experience. And neither should you. And I think, you know, I don't think people really understand that if they want to be a horse's ass when they're playing, how much they are ruining. And you know what? Maybe there are, you know, I guess that's kind of what you would call a gaming troll, wouldn't it? You know, they're just out to make everybody else's life miserable because maybe their life is so damn miserable they want you to be as miserable as them. I don't know. I try to look at things in a nicer, more peaceful mindset. What? Who did I alert? Where? Who is shooting at me? Are you absolutely off your block telling me that? Yeah, see, now I'm yellow. What? What? Was it that guy? Might have been. Leave me alone. I'm flag hunting. I'm not doing anything to you. Why are you bothering me? So, where was I? I forget. Don't mind me. I get off on tangents. I get sidetracked sometimes with my train of thought. And there, okay. Did he see me? Yes, he did. But we were hidden. I do get off track. I lose my train of thought at times. And sometimes I will just go randomly from a subject to another. I do have what's called persisting post-concussion syndrome. And it's from decades of not being smart about how I do things and, you know, being stupid when I did stuff. It comes from head injuries in football. It comes from head injuries in, at one point I tried to train as a professional wrestler. Didn't pan out. I mean, hey, I had the strength. I had the will. My body just did not want to comply. It wasn't a coordination thing. It was more or less my back didn't really appreciate what it was doing to the bumps. Of course, fast forward and you find out that there's a few disc issues in my back that probably didn't help matters learning to take bumps on a mat. And so, you know, hey, it was a dream. I tried to bring that dream to a reality. It didn't work. You know, not all your dreams work out. But I tried it. And you know, a couple of decades later, I can sit there and say, yes, I did try it. And fully complete it, but it wasn't meant to be. You know? There are some people that it's a shame that they didn't figure that out in that industry before they got to where they are now. But we're not going to get into that because I look at the current, what it currently goes for professional wrestling. And there are some decent ones. But what currently is the popular form. It's more, you refer to it more as sports anything. Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just organized tumbling and gymnastics. and it's ridiculous. But that's just me. You know, I became a wrestling fan in the late 70s, early 80s, and yeah, back when there were still territories. But we're playing Assassin's Creed. Maybe wrestling's not your thing, so I'll get off on that little tangent. Or someday, if I ever play a wrestling game, which I don't play those because I don't like them. I think they're stupid. That's just my opinion. If you like them, great. Have a ball. You know, this game is one of the main games I play. And then when I became a father many moons ago, and my son was getting older, and the Xbox first came out, and you had games, you know, you had actually no, it was before Xbox, it was PlayStation, when Spyro came out. You know, my son, he loved Spyro, and I started playing it too, and I got hooked on Spyro, so maybe I did get the Spyro trilogy. There it is, right there. And so maybe that would be a fun playthrough. I don't know. You know, this is more or less a therapy type thing for me to help me justify playing games, maybe. I know, actually, gameplay really does help. It helps me focus my mind a little bit and strengthen my focus. I haven't found anything that really helps with the short-term memory issues that I experience at times. You know, there's a laundry list, I guess. Not laundry list. Grocery list? I don't know. There's a list of things that just... Since the last concussion I had, when I fell, just in between Christmas and New Year's, I slipped on ice. And took a nasty fall and knocked my noggin. And that, you know, I mean, where are we at now? We're, what, April, almost end of April and beginning of May, and I'm still feeling some of the effects of that. So, to the point to where I wasn't able to continue my job and had to walk away from a great job that I enjoyed a lot, transporting folks that couldn't drive themselves to their medical appointments. That was, I mean, if you want a worthwhile job, look at medical transports. They always need drivers. They, you know, people with good hearts, and you know, if you have that in you to be helpful and want to help and serve people like that, you know, it's a very rewarding job in my mind. I missed that part of this of the game. All right, I'm going off. I guess we're playing a game here, aren't we? As I go around looking for flags, I know there's a few up here. We can't ledge assassinate right here. So to tell you where we are in the game, if you're unfamiliar with the original Assassin's Creed, which this is, if you're younger and haven't played it, or just new to the franchise, maybe, you know, maybe you found the franchise with Valhalla or Odyssey or Origins, you know, and you're unfamiliar with where we're at, you know, here with the original.
Come no further.
Where it all started.
Come back here.
The premise, well, what happens at the beginning of this game is, you know, this is Altair, obviously, because if you're not familiar with the game, you wouldn't know that would be obviously Altair. But this is Altair, the first character we ever got to play as Assassin's Creed. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the premise of this came from the popularity of the Prince of Persia, I believe. There's a lot of similarities in the two. You don't get to loot in this game as you do in games after this one, simply because you don't need money in this game. You get your upgrades as you do your missions. So in the, spoiler coming up if you haven't played this game ever and you plan to. What happens in the beginning, you get a little cocky, a little arrogant, as we all do in our youth. Think we know it all and we know a better way of doing things rather than listening to those that come before us. Altair got cocky, he screwed up, and he had to pay for that screw up in the form of basically a demotion. He was one of the highest ranked assassins of his group, and get the blade here. And he got arrogant on a mission, thought he knew better. And his punishment was he had to get demoted all the way back down to trainee. That's great for the story, and it's great for us as players because now we learn from the scratch, the bottom, build ourselves up. So with each assassin contract in the beginning, you receive another piece of your previous abilities or equipment. So for instance, the first time you do a mission, you don't have your sword, you don't have your hidden blade. You just have to do it's basically a scouting mission. I believe it's just an eavesdrop. It's to tell you how to do the eavesdrop and the pickpocket, and I also believe the interrogation part of it. Oh crap! Okay, we gotta fight this one. That was quick. Once you get him down, just hammer him. But okay, back to where we were at with the beginning of this and the premise of what you're doing. So, yeah, you lose all your equipment and you have to earn it back. That's why there is no monetary thing in this game. And I kind of like that. It keeps it simple. I like the aspect of, I've always liked that part of the early Assassin games is you have to earn this, that, or the other. Things are so freely given now in modern games. 83 out of 100. Wow, we still got quite a ways to go. And look, I've done most of the map. I know where the one is. If you watched my last video, it's one that gave me such a headache the first time I played this. We will cover that story again when we go obtain that flag. But you need to have the grab ability when falling to get it. And we don't have that yet. I've only completed the first I've completed the first 2 contracts. I got my sword, I got my hidden blade. After the first contract, which is in your home city of Musaev, you will obtain your hidden blade and sword as the reward. And then you have to go to Damascus. That would be the second contract, and that was the beginning of my first video that I was able to record, and the one that I put on YouTube. Yes. And that is where that's where we pick up and all that wonderful stuff. I'm just kind of babbling. Excuse me, I need to take a drink. Good old H2O. Okay. So for those who have played every Assassin's game out there, well, you don't even have to have played every Assassin's game. Who is your favorite character that you've played in this franchise? You know, put it in the comment. Let me know. As well as your favorite outfit. Hold on a second. See, and right here, normally... Oh, wait. See, you can't... You don't get to air assassinate yet. That's a bothersome thing at times. Because, you know, that's always been one of my favorite forms of doing it, is the air assassination. Especially in the early games when you just get this cinematic clip. Not even cinematic, really. It's just that action clip of doing it. You know, the funny thing is I thought I'd... Oh, here we go. I thought I'd feel a little bit more ridiculous just sitting here playing a game talking to myself. But I don't. And there's the therapeutic side of it. Hidden blade, check. Run. Gun. Bye-bye. And we are halfway with finding the Templars. See, out here in the open, it's easy to spot them and find them. Once you're in the cities, you do tend to accidentally run up on them. And sometimes it's not in the best moments. It's when you're escaping guards or trying to avoid guards. It doesn't come at the best of times. Which, hey, here we go, hiding the hay. Always gotta love hiding in the hay. There we go. All right, reinitialize. Okay, very good. Now, where am I? Map check. Okay, so I still need to go up and do this little loop around here just to check for flags, and then we'll go to Jerusalem. I can't imagine, though, that where were we at on flags? Like 84, maybe? 85? I missed that one when we collected it. I know where one is. So whatever we are to 99, that is how many flags we got. And I'm not going to sit here and run around looking for flags the whole time. I am actually going to go into Jerusalem for this video, and we're going to go do the first activity. No, we've been here because that's where a Templar would have been. Alright, you guys. I'm just tired of the beeping. So, you know, I hate to do that random stuff like that, but it is what it is. See, we're in the middle, so what am I missing up over here? Or maybe this is, yeah, maybe it's just yeah. You know, it's all familiar, but it's not, you know. That was like one of the first ones we got. As I play this, some of it's coming back, you know, and then some of it's like, well, you get confused with other things, and maybe that's just me being confused. You know, at times I get confused easy. You know, it is what it is. You know, I didn't always get confused. You know, but you take many, many blows to the head over the course of your life, you tend to do damage. And that's where I'm at right now. So the key to that is to take care of your head. If you get knocked in the head and you know, give yourself time to heal before you go back and you probably shouldn't do what you were doing to begin with. You know, if it's a contact sport situation, you know, yeah, you really need to let yourself heal. You really need to take that time. And it may not be the popular or cool thing to do, especially if you're doing a high school sport, you know, such like football. But you know what? Your health and your well-being is more important than a win or a loss in the long run. You know, I don't give a crap. And, you know, I have coached high school football. I have coached people in weight rooms and lifting and everything, and it's just your health and well-being is more important. It really is, no matter what. I mean, and if a coach says differently, that coach is just full of crap. There's an old, you know, there's an old guard, there's an old way of looking at things, and it's really gotten us into the situation where we're at now, to where I don't think enough emphasis was put on concussions and whatnot. You know, when I was younger and I played, there's plenty of times where, and I can look back and I know that I was pretty badly concussed, and you know, the coach would just bring out some smelling salts, you're good to go. And what are you going to do? You don't want to disappoint, you know, him. Yeah, I'm good to go. And you go back in and you do even more damage. You know, and that's the mentality, though, that so many coaches of that time, and there still are some today that have that, you know, that have that mentality. And it's they aren't concerned about your well-being. They're just concerned about their win-loss record. That's all they care about. They're concerned about their fame, you know, and it's just not worth it. It really isn't. But if you can play and you know, and do it safely, and it, you know, if you do get hurt, you just need to take the time to heal. Allow yourself to heal. Because, you know, you only got one go at this. Alright, I'm getting too far off. Sorry, I caught myself. I don't know how far down the rabbit hole, but I did catch myself, so. Okay, we're headed to Jerusalem. I'm done flag hunting. I'm done, what is this way? Where am I? Let's look at the map. How did I get... Never mind. Okay. We're gonna go this way. We got a group of guys over here hanging out. Bunch of soldiers doing their thing. Gonna piss them off and they're gonna run after me. No? Alright, cool. Alright. So, back to what I was saying. Okay, the favorite assassin characters. Obviously, you've probably already gathered. My favorite character for assassins is Ezio. Because while Altair, this game, really captured my attention, when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, you know, I remember looking at the advertising poster and seeing that double blade setup and just thinking, oh wow, we got two of them now. And I think if it was, yeah, I think that's when like G4 was a big channel at the time, and they might have done a preview on it. And I think I just remember, I have this memory
to escape from a fight when exposed.
seeing
Sprint
that
to lose your
first
enemies
double
and jump through
assassination
merchant stands
gameplay
to
and
avoid the
going,
crowd.
oh yeah, I've got to have this one. It was the first time I can say, when it comes to a game, that I said, I gotta have it. You know, I've never, up until that point, I never had that mentality. You know, there's always been, oh yeah, I like playing that. I would like to play it. I want to try it. But it wasn't ever, oh my God, I got to do this. You know, I've never been that type of gamer. Except, I take that back. I tell a lie. When I was younger in the arcades,
Please be more
and this
careful.
game turned out just to be a complete dud. But Dragon's Lair, it was, if you're my age and around my age, you probably remember this game in the arcade. It was an animated game. Okay, when I say animated, I mean like cartoon. Okay, back in the day, that was like the thing to catch your attention. Nobody else was doing these animated decision-making type things in the arcade. You know, you had your, you had, at that time, this was before Mortal Kombat. It was before Street Fighter. Well, maybe, yeah, I think it was before those, because this would have been, oh, when did okay, let's hold off a second. I want to see. Let me check real quick. Let's see when Dragon's Lair game came out. I want to say like it was like 86. I could be wrong. When I do this a lot. When did Dragon's Lair come out? Let's see what that says. 1983. Okay, so I was what did I say? 86. I was 3 years off. Okay. So yeah. So in 83, think of this. I know it's hard for some younger folks. In 83, you know, we were just starting to move forward with the video games. I mean, Pac-Man was still heavy. Space Invaders still kicking butt. Donkey Kong, Centipede, these were the games. You know, you had Galaxa, Missile Command. You know, all these games were just, you know, that's what we went to the arcades. We threw our quarters in and we played for hours on end. You know, and you always tried to find the games where the novice players were at, because you could get on those quick. If you knew there was a gamer on one of your games, you knew never to put quarters up, because you were never getting on that machine, plain and simple. But so back to Dragon's Lair. What Dragon's Lair was, for those unfamiliar with the game, is it was basically a cartoon where you would go through certain things and you would have to make decisions. And if you made the wrong decision or you did the wrong thing at the wrong time, you'd automatically die. And it would always be one of X amount of number of sequences. Okay, so here we go. In this game here, you got to save the citizen.
Help! I need help! Please, anyone!
I always like to do a quick hit just to get one guy out of your way, especially when you're 5-on-1. So you could, you take one down quick. Sometimes you can scare away, but not here. Okay, so we'll get back to Dragon's Lair. And then you just lock onto him.
I only wish my sons were half as brave as you.
Ooh, he
I'll
just
see to it
dissed
that
his
we
sons.
hear this tale and know what it is to be a true hero.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Citizen. You are saved. Goodbye. Take care. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now. Or as the great Jim Cornette would say,
Who could have
thank
done
you,
such a
F you, bye-bye. I'm not going to say the other one because maybe young children are... I'm trying to keep it clean, you know. You can use it. Saving certain citizens will unlock scholars. All right, you see those guys right there? Those are in the game called scholars. And all you have to do is you go up and you hit your blend button, and they will actually take you right through the gates. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. Just so you get an idea of what I'm talking about. So we go up, get in. All you do is you just hit the blend button, and away you go. And they will march you right past the guards. No fuss, no muss. And you just stay in that until you get all the way through and away from, you know, I always like to take it until they stop. Unless I see something that grabs my attention. But this is time where you get to scout the area as you walk in. See, now we're in Jerusalem, so there are a lot of, and then you just press A to exit. There are a lot of guards on rooftops. Okay, so my way of going through things for the game is I do like to go through and hit all available viewpoints before doing anything else. Unless there happens to be something like right there I can do in between one viewpoint to the other, such as save a citizen or an eavesdrop, a pickpocket. You know, I will do those along the way just to save time. Okay, so we need to go to the viewpoint and sync. So a Dragon's Lair, yeah, back to Dragon's Lair, and it was just such a cool looking game, like because it didn't look like anything else of that time, anything else that we were getting to play at that time. And you know, oh, you dirty dog! And it was like a. Was it a 50-cent or was it $1? I just remember it being either 50 cents or $1 to play this game, right? You get 3 lives. And it's like, oh, if it costs that much money, then it must be a cool game, right? So you play it, and it was one of the most frustrating games at times. And they came out with 2 other ones. There was a space one, and then there was a Dragon's Lair 2. The space one, I think, was Space Quest. Do I still have that on my phone? Space Ace, I'm sorry. It was Space Ace. That also came out. Space Ace came out in '83 as well. And then Dragon's Lair 2 came out in 1990. But I don't think I ever played Dragon Lair 2 because I was so pissed at the crappiness of the first Dragon's Lair that I just was like, yeah, I think I might have played Space Ace once or twice when I was in an arcade just because it was open. But okay, here we go. This here is the interrogation section. So you gotta highlight the guy talking right there, which we did. Or you can, you can stand and there you go, Eagle Vision. The very early makings of it. And then you just lock on to him. Okay, so I'm too far. And watch these jug carriers here. Because they, if you're moving the slightest bit near them, they will drop that and draw attention to you.
Protect the ones you love.
Okay, I'm still too far.
And you will be
there we go. All
rewarded.
right.
Talal provides.
You lock onto him. You let him finish his speech.
Who knows what the future holds? What tragedies tomorrow may bring.
Going to
defend against an uncertain future. Protect the ones you love. Work hard.
If you don't want to get into a conflict with guards or anybody, just follow him until he stops. Because they will always stop in a secluded area, and that's where you beat the tar out of them, and they will spill the beans about what you need to hear. Now we haven't, we haven't gotten the instructions from the district assassin, district leader of this time. Okay, so here's this guy. We're just kind of walking back in. These bigger guys here, they come in handy down the road when you do have your throwing knives, because that's who you would pickpocket.
Are you a friend of mine? No? So get away from me.
Okay, I'll get away, because no, I'm not your friend. Alright, here, I'll just walk away. Alright, he's going to go in there. Now he's secluded. So we just come in here, lock back on.
Never have I seen such insolence.
And he'll fight back a little bit. But it doesn't. Come on. Come on.
I have nothing to say to you.
Well,
Speak to me or speak to God.
there you
It's
go.
your choice.
You won't stop the work he does. Cannot stop it.
Stop what?
What are you
What
jumping
work?
around for?
He prepares them for the
at
journey.
Journey where?
They are held in his warehouse. And when the time comes, they are sent to Akka.
There
Where's
you
this
go.
warehouse? And why Akka?
That's pretty
Talal
funny.
tells me what I need to
That's
know.
funny.
Nothing more. It is safer that way.
For him, perhaps. Though not, I fear, for you.
See you bye. Oh, see, now there you go. Well, you can't have the fact that he spilled the beans to you getting out. You know. Although there was a witness right there that... Alright, so here we are. This here, right here, that's the Assassin Bureau. That's where you're going to go to get your mission information, your requirements of what they want you to do, and then that's also where you're going to get your assassin contract and go back to when you have to escape, because you are going to create a ruckus. So what I'm going to do is, since I'm right here, this is a save a citizen. To do, by saving that citizen, it's either going to open the scholars like we did just a little bit ago when we came in the gates, or it's going to unlock the vigilantes, which it's really good to get those in this game because they save your butt from a lot of guard attacks. If a guard comes at you near the vigilantes, they step in and they start holding on to them and distracting them. So it's really important, I think, for solid missions to have them available. So I always like to save the citizens, and it's the nice thing to do, you know, because a lot of the citizens you have to save are young ladies that are... Oh, here's a scholar, so make sure you're selected. And then here we go. No, I always have... okay. If he's down, you want to try your best to get to him and take him out. It's really hard to chain attacks in this game. I mean, a lot of it, and same thing with counter attacks. They are not easy to chain or even activate a lot. Just timing. Oh, I thought he was down for the count. There we go. Okay. So that was quite the bloodbath. Just to save you. I hope you're grateful.
Is that the last of them?
I hope so.
Still, best not to take any chances.
Yeah,
I'll hurry home.
you better.
Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either.
I don't think you should either.
You've done me a kindness, young man. Be assured, I won't forget it.
Well, good. Spread the word. So now you just unlocked that group of scholars.
What's this?
So usually, if there's a group of scholars, that means there's probably an area that you need to go into secretly or stealthily. Is that a word? Stealthily? Maybe. Don't know. Okay, so back to where we're at. So the route I'm going to take here is I'm just going to go down, start at this viewpoint, unlock that. We'll go up, boom, 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 over, and then come down, hit this viewpoint, and then we'll hit the bureau. I don't know. How much time are we on here? Okay, yeah, I got time to get all that done, I think. Yeah.
Such a shame.
It is Wednesday, so it's a workout day for me, so I need to it's very important to maintain some kind of physical activity. It helps with recovery and dealing with stuff. So, not to get too much into that. Here we go. We found another citizen. So it looks like there's a lot of. That's two scholars that we got here. Okay. All right. Oh, I didn't see him there. There we go. Goodness gracious, come on. Well, at least he's clapping. You know, at least he's clapping.
Is that the last of them? I hope so. Still, best not to take any chances. I'll hurry home. Don't think I'll leave it again anytime soon, either.
Well, that's what the other
You've
guy
done
said.
me a kindness, young man.
You must
Be assured, I won't forget it.
Well, good. I hope you don't. All right, here we go again. Fine. Are we done? Guess not. Now we're done. Yes? Either way, I'm getting out of dodge. Up you go. Come on, up you go. Hello. There we go. I knew he would do it. There's probably somebody on the roof looking at me. Yep, that.
Show yourself.
Well, I'll show you in a second, mister. 'Cause I don't really appreciate you aiming a bow at me.
What happened here?
These are dark days indeed.
I'm right here, doing my thing. Yeah, well, there we go. We found a flag of Jerusalem. I think the Jerusalem cross. Okay, there's 100 of those. Just like the King Richard are scattered throughout the kingdom section, there are flags scattered throughout Jerusalem. And every city that you go to, there are flags that you can collect. I don't remember the purpose of it. It's just for 100.
Who's responsible for this?
It's just something to do while you play through the game, right? You gotta have something to collect and go after. You know, in later games, it becomes animus segments, right? In the Ezio, feathers. Collect feathers. And that's why you have your scholars. So, let's look to see if... There they are. There's a group of scholars. And we got to get in them. Don't really want to have to fight more guards, but, you know, I might have to. It is socially acceptable to take ladders.
Where is the one responsible?
Okay, so these guys should take me right around and get me into that area that I want to get into. Just like walking through the front gates, these guys are going to take me past the guards up here. And it's always nice to have a little break from the controller because then you can sit and drink your water or soda or tea. And here we go. Howdy, boys. Don't mind us, just humble scholars, seeking knowledge. Okay, and we are in, so thank you very much, gentlemen. Off you go. All right. There's a pickpocket situation where? Oh. Okay. Too far.
Please,
This is a
you must
pickpocket
help me.
situation.
I'll pay you
okay?
anything
so
you ask.
Come up,
It's
you
not
lock
so
on,
simple,
they
my
do their
friend.
little
But it
spiel
is.
with each other.
I know
their
all his
little-
tricks. He's a coward, not a fighter.
Not really cut
He'll
scene,
run at the
but
first sign of
you
trouble.
know, it's a little dialogue
this map.
session.
It'll show you where he likes
That
to
will
hide.
end, and this
You don't
guy will start
understand.
walking
Oh,
off.
I understand.
And
You are
the
afraid.
object is to go up
You
and
call yourself a
pickpocket him
warrior,
without getting
but a
detected.
single slave trader fills you with fear.
And sometimes they're
Fear?
really overly
Nothing of the
cautious.
sort.
Sometimes they're idiots.
Then what?
It would be bad business on
So
my
I don't
part,
know if that's a
seeing as I
randomized
already
type
work for
thing
him.
or if they were programmed.
So now you
Again,
understand?
you know,
Go.
if I would have
Leave
been
now and
playing
I'll
this
forget
game
behind this conversation.
recently, I probably would recognize some form of pattern. Let's see, watch. Looking around, he's checking his pockets, okay, and then he's gonna walk a little bit, and then we're just gonna go. And you just grab and go. See you, bye. And then you gotta unlock because otherwise you just keep following the guy and it would be absolutely. And I think, oh, is this go up now?
Why would anyone want to do that?
Why would anyone want to do that? That's a good question, ma'am.
What is that fool doing?
I am climbing a building, sir. Why is it any concern of yours? There happens to be an eagle up here that I want to go see. Jealous. They're just jealous because they can't climb. Okay, where, come on, where is it? There's got to be... There he is. He, it, she. All right, synchronize. There we go. Is that the dome? All right. There we go. And what is that? That's an informer. Okay. So I'm gonna get this one out of the way. Then you just press B. The free running isn't the greatest. I mean, obviously, those who play the modern day games, the free running is pretty doggone good. To me, I think the free running aspect of it probably was at its best.
You dare steal in my presence? That
Oh,
will
we gotta
cost
rescue
you your
this young
life.
lady.
What have I done wrong?
I thought Black Flag slash Rogue. That the free running in those is pretty doggone good.
It's good you came along.
Not
when
taking
you did.
anything away from
Another
Origins
minute and they would have made off with me.
Odyssey and Valhalla, but that Black Flag is probably the most played of the last what I call the last generation of Assassin's games. Obviously the first generation is this, and then Ezio in my mind is Ezio would be then the second generation. The whole Ezio saga would be the second generation. That's when you got the double blade, and that's where the multiplayer came into play. That's where the
Back now.
Teach your heresy elsewhere.
that's where like the because you had your shops that you could own to gain income. The wanted posters came into play. The notoriety, production, and stuff like that all came into play with the Ezio's games.
Stop running! You cannot escape!
Then we come into the AC3 world, which AC3 I have so mixed feelings about that. As a lot of people do that are fans of the franchise. I don't know if my gripes are the same as others, but you know, I was really disappointed with how many cutscenes and dialogue moments AC3 had. It just takes you out. I could never get into the game, you know. And that's one thing I've always found with Creed games is that there's a point where you get to the
I
game
only
where
wish
you
my
just
sons were
lose
half as
yourself
brave as you.
in what you're doing,
I'll see to it that they
and
hear this tale
you
and know
know
what it
you
is to
lose
be a
track
true
of
hero.
time, you know, and how much you're playing it and whatnot. I never got that with Assassin's Creed 3 because of all the cutscenes, of all the dialogue scenes. It was just absolutely overwhelming and a royal pain in the ass to play. And it just annoyed the piss out of me. And so I don't like that. I don't like playing that game. But at the same time, they really upgraded the free running with Connor when you were able to free run under trees. I liked the hunting aspect of it, although the constant hunting cutscene did get a little too much overdone. I mean, you know, thankfully you can skip through it, but you know, I did enjoy it. I didn't care for the fact that you had to build the settlement garbage. Those little side things never really registered with me that much. I would have preferred just to be able to, you know, in every town here, get this, you know. I just didn't care for the side story on the settlement. It just, you know. And yes, I'm in the U.S. You know, and you know, it is known to us Americans, or at least the smart ones, that you know, our history is presented to us in a very, very positive manner. When, you know, if you have half a brain, you know that a lot of the stuff that we're taught in our schools about our country's history isn't always the most accurate. It's probably the most fluffiest, cuddliest form of it that you could possibly learn. Okay? It is what it is, ladies and gentlemen. You know,
Just a few coins, please.
you know,
A few
oh well.
coins. All I ask
The
is
fact of
for
the
a
matter
few
is,
coins.
you know,
Stop this man!
the Americans. Would you turkey? He just did that to get me off my tangent. I went off on a tangent. Run away, you coward. Yeah, fine. See? They run away if you which is fine. Alright. Self-preservation. Now what?
If there's anything I can help you with, anything at all, do not...
Alright. Where am I going? Oh, I need to put my sword away. Oh. I didn't realize I was running around with my sword out. Whoops. That's never a good thing to do, especially when you're fleeing guards and trying to hide, is run around with your sword out. Okay. Where are we doing? What are we doing? Where am I at? Don't know. Where? Okay. I am here and I am facing that way, so I gotta go back this way. You know, sometimes these city layouts can be confusing. But you know, this game though, and it's another reason why I enjoy it so much, is it's so well done, you know. And this was a time when you know, consoles were.
A few coins. All I ask is for a few
It wasn't,
coins.
you know, they weren't really.
Please, can't you spare
They were
something?
concentrating on
Lord, and
games, man. The game makers were concentrating on good
please, can't you
games.
spare something?
There wasn't any,
Poor and sick and
and
hungry. No, you don't understand.
don't take it
I
the
have
wrong
nothing.
way if you're a game maker, game programmer, or anything like that. But honestly, I think the industry has gotten lazy and relies way too much on the downloadable fixes, on patches and whatnot. You know, and it's just too many glitches come out because they're trying to rush these projects, and this is, you know, across the board. The biggest, you know, I mean, one of the biggest ones in recent was a couple years ago when 2K Sports released that WWE 2K20, I think it was, and it was just a piece of crap. You know, Assassin's Creed fans, we all remember Unity. You know, I just went back and tried it again before and it's one of the reasons why I thought about starting doing this. Is, you know, and I also heard that Unity had been fixed. So I was like, great, I have Unity. I'm going to go back and I'm going to play through it and I'm going to see if it's fixed. And very little of it has been fixed. I don't care. I played it. I think it's just lip service. And can you not do this? Lip service and propaganda, probably, from. I'm not gonna assassinate him. I guess I can't do anything with him right now. Okay, anyhow, but it's just ridiculous. You know, why they can't just fix the game and just be done with it? Why do you have to say, oh yeah, we fixed it, but really you didn't, because all those same problems are still there? Or just say, you know what, yeah, it's a crap game, there's nothing we can do. We'll do our best to make it playable, but yeah. And they did. It is, don't get me wrong, it is playable. Alright? It's not unplayable, and when I do eventually get to that game and start streaming that game, that is probably why I have the adult content setting on my Twitch, because of probably the language that will be used when I am going through as Arno. Because, and I just got done playing it about a week or so ago. And I mean, I was just livid with some of the stuff. The control responses are non-existent on many things. I think what annoys me the most is
Help me, please.
I don't know what they did with free running on that game, but it's if you've played it, I think you'll know what I'm talking about when I say he grabs and jumps on everything. I mean, you cannot run near anything that's grabbable, if that's a word. Watch out, lady. Lady. She's okay. She's in the way. There we go.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. I'll
But yeah,
find a way to repay this
Arnaud
kindness, I swear.
in Unity, he just doesn't respond. The controls don't respond. It's willy-nilly. It's herky-jerky. It pisses you off because it's just so dang frustrating when you get caught in a fight situation, or if you get caught in something that you're trying to do in a mission, and all of a sudden you're chasing somebody down and randomly he just grabs a hold of something and sits there. Those are the things that frustrate me and get the blood pumping and the emotions going. And but you know what, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it's just a game. You know, much like we always told our players when I coached, you know, remember it's just a silly little game. You know, it's not life and death. And don't get me wrong, I'm not against sports in any way, shape, or form. I love football. I do. I absolutely love sport. I think sports are essential for teenagers. I think they're essential for young kids to learn social skills and make friends. However, I don't agree with the rah-rah parents. If you know what a rah-rah parent is, great. If you don't, they're the ones that are always out there yelling their heads off, yelling this, that, or the other, and you know, they have their kids doing 1,800 million different things just to keep them busy and out of their hair. Well, all right. You know, if that's what the kid enjoys, hey, great. But remember, folks, they are kids. You know, and let them be kids. Don't put so much on them. I think that, you know, we put too much pressure. The amount of pressure you put on people is getting younger, or age is getting younger and younger. You see some of these kids, and it's just, they crack. You know, that Simone Biles, you know, at the Olympics, you know, she cracked.
Why are you doing this? Could you spare a few coins?
I like her. I think she's a heck of an athlete.
Please,
What?
someone do something.
I will not go away. I will take you out because I need to rescue this damsel in distress. Oh, you dirty. Oh. Well, okay. I'm gonna wipe her out. Sorry,
Praise
ma'am.
God, you've saved me. All the city will know of your
Granny.
sacrifice.
Little lady getting harassed. See, there's the vigilantes. There we are. Those guys will save your butt with guards. Going back to what I was talking about earlier with the vigilantes.
Away with you.
Don't tell me away with me. That's just disrespectful. You shouldn't be disrespectful just because you have a bow and arrow. Because somebody else might have a sword. Or a hidden blade. Just saying. Just saying. Also, I mean, I don't think that assassin games are really age appropriate for young children. I mean, I have a 6-year-old grandson, and, you know, I don't let him play this game yet. Not for a while. Even my son wasn't allowed to play this game until he was probably in his teens. Just because, you know, that's just my feeling. You know, I don't think...
You won't get away from me! You hide like a rat!
I don't hide like a rat. I'm right here in the open, you big baby. Quit making excuses. Come on and get me.
He's over there!
One more time, and he's done. Very good. Okay, yeah, let me get off my soapbox. I'm sorry. As I stay, I go off on my own little world and do my own little thing. My opinions are just that, my opinions. You know, and my opinions are just formed from life experiences and my own personal researches or whatnot, you know. Okay, so here we are. We've got 4 of 9 of those. Okay, we're just gonna go hit that. We'll hit the, you know, because I'm kind of dragging, aren't I? So we're gonna kind of kick this in the butt a little bit and go. You know, with that other icon I tried to get, it is an assassin mission, so you probably, it's probably not available to do until you see the district leader.
You are not allowed to be here.
Well, I know I'm not, but don't be a dick.
Why are you doing this? What have I done?
He's
You
going
dare
to
steal
hurt.
in my presence? That will cost you your life! You know...
What have I done?
Way hacked.
I thought I was going to get a second one in. That's why I switched to it. Well, see, now at least I wasn't the one to hit her this time, you know. Guard, you're supposed to protect and serve. Dude, I mean, why are you coming right up behind a guy that's got a sword
Good you
and
came
swinging?
along when you did.
That's just not
Another minute
smart.
and they would have made off with me.
Good life
I owe
choice.
you my freedom, stranger. A debt I intend to repay.
Okay, you're gonna repay your debt. Great, love it. There, I did it again. You know, it's still a habit of hitting that trigger to zoom. Because trigger is zoom on so many maps. What now? Oh, you garbage! There, see, the vigilantes grab him and they get rid of him. Give you time to escape properly. Try not to run right into a bunch of other guards like I just did. Come on. There we go. He kind of stalls out at times as climber in the early stages just because you don't have all of his abilities. As I stated earlier in this video, his abilities, and I don't really know how you can take the ability to do something away when you think about it. I get taking the blade, the sword, the dagger, or short sword, what they call short sword, the throwing knives. I get that. Take those away. Okay, I got you. But how can they take away the ability to grab? You know, that's always been my, you know, one of the bones of contention with this game. If you're gonna have a complaint, I guess, you know, with this game, my complaints are just illogical issues with the way it's set up. Those are my complaints, you know, things that don't make sense. I like my stuff to make sense for the most part. What are we doing? There we go. Okay, we can get out now. Alright. Out we go. Here we go. Running down. running and just having a good time, saying hello, people. I will. I'm sorry. I do apologize, ma'am. Okay, where are we going? Okay, we're going to the top of this. Somebody's getting attacked. We'll get that in a minute after we get up to church. Up you go. Synchronize. We haven't even gotten to the really tall views in this game. And there's the hay bale. You know, every time. Okay, there's. I'm coming. See, that would be a great moment for the double blade. And that's why, you know, in my earlier video, I did. If I could put forth a format of
the last of them.
Another Assassin's game, it would be another Altair
best not to
game,
take any chances.
where he
I'll
gets
hurry
the
home.
double blade.
Don't think I'll leave it
Later
again
in his
anytime
life.
soon, either.
We did get in Revelations.
You've done me
we
a
got
kindness, young man.
snippets into
Be
his
assured,
life.
I won't
But I would like
forget
another
it.
Altair game. I think that would be cool, man. You know, I think it'd be great if it was in the works. I don't know. I don't pay attention to. Wait, what? Okay, there is an eavesdrop. Okay, we might as well do the eavesdrop. Since I'm right here, I'm gonna do the eavesdrop. I think another Altair-led game would be awesome. Because, yes, we did get snippets of his life in Revelations. There's still a lot of gaps that were never filled. Okay, that's why we need the scholars. Okay, where'd they go? Okay, they're over there. You know, there's a lot of gaps in his history and life that aren't, you know, that aren't filled. And I think it'd be great to, you know, see him get the double blade and go from there. That would be, I think, you know, that would be a good story. I don't know where they're going with the modern day part of the story after Valhalla. Not to ruin it for anybody that hasn't finished that game or played through it. Oh,
My child, make room. Directing attention to yourself isn't wise.
What do you want?
well, it wasn't my fault. I didn't run into the jar lady. Okay, so we're in the building now. Fine. Oh, there's still stuff. Okay, we got to sit on the nearby bench. They will take me to the bench. You get out of the blend, sit on the bench, highlight one of them, and there you go.
He's a coward. If it wasn't for the money, I'd
That's all
be
you have
long
to do.
gone.
You're either stupid
to
or
listen.
blind. Maybe it's both.
How can you say that?
You didn't see what happened.
So I think,
I
yeah,
saw
I
well
think
enough.
another
Our
Altair
caravan
game.
was attacked, and the first thing he did was flee.
No,
Scratch.
he didn't run.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do you forget what became of the
What,
men
what
who
would
attacked
you like
us?
to see
Filled by our
an
archers, thanks be to
Assassin's
God.
game?
Not our archers, him.
More
alone.
of
So you're saying
a previous
he saved
character,
us?
a
Yes,
better
he headed for
rendition of
higher
the previous
ground.
game?
Used his bow to kill
You
them.
know, I mean, is there a
I
certain
have no idea.
era
The
and
man's a
time
master
that you would
archer.
like to
You
play
do well
through?
to remember that.
You know, I would really like either China or Japan for a main game. They did do one. It was a little tiny thing, but you know, I always thought that ancient China or ancient Japan, you know, I think like samurai Japan, Shogun, time, you know, those times, I think that would be a really good, make for a really good Assassin's game on a console, PC, whatever. They kind of go hand in hand. Well, see, now that's always, you know, there you go. I had to do that. All right, fine. You guys want to fight? I'm not in the mood to fight. I'm trying to finish up. Oh, I'm just kind of running around like a chicken with my head cut off, aren't I? Don't mind me, folks. Just kind of... Oh, a ladder. Let's take the ladder. Oh, go the ladder. Flag. Oh, you dirty dog. See you, bye. I don't want to deal with you. You're a pain in my ass. They still see me. Break the line of sight. See, that's one thing with the, you know, you just can't. It's difficult. Fine. If I got to, I got to.
Keep up with him! Don't let him get away!
Sometimes, you know, you just get away from him. All right, there. He's gonna run away and do it. Fine. Don't care. That being said, we've got. All right, that's an assassin subcontract, maybe, or a race. Not a race. No, races aren't in this one yet. Jeez, what am I thinking? We totally went right past that lookout. Or viewpoint lookout. Look. Where did that come from? But yeah, okay, so we're gonna go hit this viewpoint really quick. Because I ran by it trying to get away from the... Okay, it's on that dome. Alright. I am a strange man, aren't I? Yes, thank you for that assessment. Alright, what a...
The fires of war consume the
There we
land,
go.
and thousands of lives are lost in its defense.
See, look at, you know, why are you shooting at me? There's no reason to do that. I'm just trying to get over here and sync up with this viewpoint. And you gotta be a jerk and just shoot an arrow at me for no reason. I didn't offend you just because you don't understand what I'm doing, you stupid archer. The smartest guy in the world. Okay, we'll let that marinade. I did it again, didn't I? I'm gonna keep doing it. You know I am. Okay, there's one up there I missed in the corner. Oh well, I'm not going all the way up there to get it right now. We're just gonna hit this and hit that, and we've got a couple more viewpoints to get to. We're going to save the citizens along the way. Okay, we're going to go through the mall here. This is, I think this is like the bazaar. The, what's supposed to be the bazaar.
What's the matter?
Good.
Good you came along when you did. Another minute and they would have made off with me.
Well, we wouldn't want that, man. Glad to be of service. Glad to be of service. Gentlemen.
There's a murderer loose.
Yeah. Well, guess what? They deserved it. They were trying to make off with that innocent gal. I don't know if she's innocent. I just assume she is. She could be a royal pain in the ass. I was gonna go out. Oh, we're not gonna go this way. I could probably, well, No, because they'll get pissed off because you're not using a ladder. Because it's not socially acceptable. Okay, although you can sit there and run and jump on a damn building forever and a day. But, you know, if you don't climb with a ladder, hell, that's a no-no. But you can run and jump on walls all you want. Consistency. Consistency is key. Continuity. That's another. There's another key word for games, and you know, is continuity. At times with Assassins, there might be a little bit lost once in a while of continuity. Or maybe there's a cloudiness, maybe. Yes. You know, I think a lot of that, though, comes from this Ubisoft studio is working on this game section, and then different studios working on the next game. You know, I think you have to do that, I think, in this day and age, just to, you know, they've been working on games years prior to them coming out, you know, but you do have, and that's why there's a different look to certain groups of games versus others. You know, that Black Flag series, oh, Black Flag, that was epic.
Too many things.
I really enjoyed that. And that's why Rogue is one of my favorites. Because Rogue, what basically Rogue is they just took Black Flag and put the early colony, U.S. colonies on that. You know. And I was just going to say, put the Templar spin on it, and look who's down there, boys and girls. We got a lovely Templar knight just sitting there guarding his treasure. Because, you know, that's all they do in this game, is they guard their treasure. We've got the blade up. We're going to come around and... Voila. See ya, bye. Good to know you. Oh, stop for a second. There's a flag. See, these Jerusalem flags are very hard to find because they're, as you saw, it's navy blue. And it does tend to blend well. This is so I don't, you know, I'm not just randomly assassinating, so I don't get shot when I'm climbing. You know, sometimes you do have to do those if you don't want to get shot at when you're climbing. Is this the last viewpoint? I don't know. You know, it's always good to walk around the back side of the viewpoint when you get up there, the opposite side, whatever. Just in case there is a flag up there. And synchronize we go. Okay. Zoom in. Now, is that other than, well, we got a pickpocket here. We've got a save the citizen there. And there's save citizen up here. I'm not going all the way back up there, though, because there's no such thing as fast travel yet in this series. So we got to go here. That's where we're going to go and end it. So we'll hit this. Well, all right, I'll pickpocket. Why not? I'll pickpocket. It's right here. I mean, it's right around the bend here, so... Whoops! What happened? There's a Templar there lying on the ground. Okay. I think it's him I gotta log out. No? Oh, that's a guard. Ah, how about right there?
If the guard won't take action,
Okay.
it falls to us to do something.
What you propose is madness.
But necessary. How many more will we allow to go missing
All right,
before the
winding
people
this
take a
one
stand?
down here
It
shortly.
does not affect us.
Not yet.
Again, I
But if
do
we
hope you
continue to do
enjoy
nothing, it will.
And what do you propose?
I've watched the
this trip
man.
through
Learn
history.
everything there is to know about his
Literally.
operation. It's all here on a
The
map. I've made.
beginning of,
He inspects
in
his
my
stock
mind, one of
every
the
day
best
at the same time.
franchises.
This is
there
when I'll
is.
strike.
So you have a piece of
It's
paper.
like Halo
It won't
is,
save you
or
when you're
Call of Duty
discovered.
is for the people
Won't
that enjoy
shield
the
you from their
first-person
swords
shooter.
and arrows.
You know,
If all
I
goes
enjoy
well, it won't come
these
to
type of games like this.
Anyway, it's a risk I'll have to
And
take.
Assassin's Creed is
Wish
the one
me
that
luck, my
really
friend.
Indeed.
started that
You'll
love
need
of
it.
these type of games. You know, I also enjoy Fable. The Fable games were a great way to go. I like those. Other games that I do enjoy playing, I get a kick out of the Lego games. I really do. That's why I got the Lego Star Wars saga right there on my. Eventually I'm gonna get through and play that one, the complete saga, and we'll do a play. I plan on doing a playthrough on that and some of the other Lego games. I do enjoy doing those. You know, it's just having fun is what it's about. That's what these games are about, you know. It's not about taking things so seriously, you know. And boy, I keep forgetting that I don't have that grab. All right, fine. But yeah, that's what I would, that's the future I see for this channel is, just going through, playing the games, and hopefully as I get followers
Would you come along when you
and
did?
people paying
Another
attention,
minute and
and,
they would have
we
made
can
off
have
with you.
conversations during that time rather than me just sitting here talking randomly to myself, basically, to people that aren't there. We're gonna go this way just to get away from the guard. But I just think, yeah, to turn it into a social event, I guess that's social media. I got off of Facebook because I got sick of Facebook. Maybe I should start one up just, to get more word out there. I don't know. I don't really care about Facebook anymore. Okay, this is the Assassin's Bureau of Jerusalem. And this is where we're going to end.
Safety and peace, Malik.
Your presence here deprives me of both. What do you want?
That's right, he's
Al-Mu'allim
pissed
has
because he
Ask
lost
that you
his arm
perform
because
some
of
menial
us.
task
So
in an
there you
effort to redeem yourself. So be out with it.
So,
Very well. Here's what I
yeah,
know.
please,
He traffics in human lives,
you know,
kidnapping Jerusalem
follow
citizens
the
and selling them
Twitch.
into slavery. His base is
view
a
it.
warehouse located inside the Barbican,
I
north
do
of
have
here.
a schedule set
As
up
we
to
speak,
where
he prepares a caravan for
Thursdays,
travel. I'll strike while he's
11,
inspecting
I
the stock.
usually in the morning.
If I can
will
avoid
go
his men,
live just to play
Talal
the
himself
new
should prove little challenge.
seasons
Little challenge?
Of, Forza
Listen to you.
Horizon 5
Such
right now.
arrogance.
Are we
And
finished?
play through
Are
all
you
the stuff
satisfied
that I
with
can
what I've
play
learned?
through on that.
No.
Usually probably about 2 hours.
But it will
takes
have
me,
to do.
give or take. So that is coming up in a couple of days. I randomly just jump on when I have a chance to do a couple hours with Assassins just to kill some time sometimes. So, but now that I know how to record these and transfer them to YouTube, then, hopefully you're viewing it on YouTube. If so, please give the like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. and any helpful comments on how to further
Rest, prepare, cry in the corner.
further this journey
Do whatever it is you do
and
before
make
a
it
mission.
a better
Only
experience
make sure
for
you do it
everyone.
quietly.
Let me know. You know, drop a comment.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
And there you go. Yeah. So I hope you have a great day. I hope your day's gone well so far. And life is treating you well. If it's not, well, I'm rooting for you. And I'll send you the positive vibes you need. As always, treat all those you come in contact with kindness, dignity, and respect. Have a great day, everyone.